I have been watching some reality television, and I'd like to apologize for that right now. I can't believe I got sucked in. Can't help it. There have been a couple of shows that are interesting to watch. Shows that deal with the option to pawn something. I've never dealt with pawning. I've been pwned before, several occasions as a matter of fact. But when you pawn something, it's a chance for you to recoup some money that you could use for something else. And you could also go to a pawn shop to possibly pick something up secondhand. It could be very used, not as used. It may be a chance for you to, unload some stuff or load some stuff into your car if you happen to have one. But there's some things that you may not know about pawn shops. And we've shared some tips for you on the blog post on lockergnome.com. You're welcome to read along as I'm discussing it in this particular video. The link should be in the description if the video is not already embedded on the page. Pawn shops store items cheaply. Okay, so, what does that mean? Well, they're probably not taking care of the things, very well. And they're not going to be paying a lot for the storage of those items. But, if you really need the cash, you may not have much of a choice. In some cases, they're going to do their research on the item that you're bringing in, which brings us to another point. Pawn shops don't deal in stolen goods. Yeah, that's generally not something that you would want to do because that could get you arrested in general. And hopefully you don't steal things. That's just not cool. If you've picked something up and you don't know where you got it from, it's always good to track a serial number if the item has a serial number, or to see if the serial number has been scratched out. Huge red flag. That would tell me, like, whoa, dude, there's something not right with this. I don't care how good the price seems to be. Pawn shops, as I said, though, can be good to pick up things, at a better rate than you could buy something brand new. There are many bargains to be had at pawn shops. From either side of the counter. And if you think about it, pawn shops are the oldest form of credit. You have something, you want something, here you go, here's the something, do I get something in return? Credit. And by and large, even though you may think you've been swindled at some point, pawn shops don't generally rip people off, generally speaking. If you have an item that you think is valuable, you've got a certain value in mind. If you can come close to that, taking it to a pawn shop could save you so much more time than just selling it on Craigslist or potentially even eBay. If you just want to hand it over to somebody and get the cash immediately. Pawn shops are still a viable option in today's day and age, despite being connected to the internet. And, we've got, as I said, a few tips for you. If you've never done a pawn shop before, as in you've never gone into one, you've never used one, it's not a bad thing. Think of pawn shops as the first version of, well, I wouldn't say eBay really, the first version of Craigslist. Classifieds. In person, walk in there, browse around, see what you can find. There are some gems out there. And sometimes the pawn shops don't understand the value of what they have there, or the thing that they have sitting in front of your face in the pawn shop may be more valuable to you. And you may think it's an absolute bargain. Check it out. So, does anybody out there use pawn shops regularly? At least for attaining items. Hopefully not selling the items over and over. You may be losing money, hand over fist if that happens to be. So, let me know what you think. Take a look at the article. If you have any other tips related to pawn shops, please share them. And if you like the article, share it.